to get a bracket reset.
Well, we are here, the grand finals of the EU Winter Regional number 2. And it's going to be between Team Queso and Top Blokes. And it's got to be said, Stumpy, for Team Queso, it's easy to say that now in hindsight, but the warning signs have been there that this was a real team. Not just in this regional, but all the way back in their Magnifico days with Greasy. They finished top 4 in the very first regional of all. I thought that would be it, but clearly I was wrong like so many others.
The storylines coming out of Atomic and Dementor have been next level. They have had such an incredible climb recently, and adding Salem to that roster has only made them come even higher. They've been such a pleasure to watch. They seem to attack every team with the same ferocity that they expect to receive as well, and they don't care about numbers or stats or names or any kind of reputation that their opponent has. They will treat you the same as anybody else, and they will give you a run for your money. But this game, in the first minute, Cole, it's already off. It's already starting to be quick. There are demos, there are bumps. It is aggression because both teams know they need to pull out every single stop to be the best in Europe.
Yeah, the Top Blokes have come so far, so many times in these regionals, despite never winning one. And a key player is the man there who just scored the goal via the Casio assist. Look at Archie following up here, but look at that pass from Casio as well. I would say that so far today, he has been their best performer.
Casio today has been a player that I feel has stood out much more than we've ever seen him do so before. Gibbs said previously on the desk after the series they had versus Top Blokes, after they faced BDS, was, hey look, they didn't even have Archie playing at his best. Like, that was Archie actually having quite a subdued performance, and yet they still beat BDS. It was amazing showing up from Casio, from Flame, and that first goal showing off exactly why these three are up there, probably number 2 right now in Europe.
Well, despite the fact that only 43% of Twitch chat felt that Top Blokes are going to take this series, or at least take this championship, should I say, I think that I would say that Top Blokes are huge favourites here. If Team Queso are to get the bracket reset, not only are they up against the Top Blokes here, Stumpy, they're up against history. We haven't seen a bracket reset victory since, do you know when? On the spot?
You DM'd me with it earlier, and I won't ruin your stat.
So you don't know? Well, Stumpy, the answer is RLCS Season 6, November 2018, Cloud9 beating Dignitas by 4-1 and then 4-1. Oxygen were 1 game away from doing it in July in the Summer Grand Prix, but lost Game 7. And NRG did beat Cloud9 with a bracket reset for a $5,000 tournament. But at this tier of Rocket League, we haven't seen it in a very long time. But Team Queso, the way they're playing, they will feel so confident they can get revenge against Top Blokes for knocking them to the lowers in the first place.
We were all shouting in the green room here that we've got on Discord. We were screaming at what they were able to do. And Dementor getting that ball central to Atomic, Salem getting that ball to Atomic, showing exactly what he can do under the pressure. The improvisational skills of both these teams mean that even if you bump a player out of the way, do not count them out until they are a nautical mile away from the ball.
It's amazing the way Team Queso play. You think that they haven't got a hope of defending the ball. They're slamming it into one another's cars, and somehow it ends up looking beautiful. There's a double commit there from Dementor and VK Salem that, again, just at the last second, Dementor manages to pull away from. And what a day Dementor has had as well. He's just been the focal point of every attack that they have had. He's pretty much come out of nowhere in this format, and he's put Team Queso right on the top, at least today.
With 9 seconds now approaching, Top Blokes still continue to lead that Starman Dementor, missing in the midfield, but the ball will remain in the control of the orange side. A block coming in from the pre-jump, so important in their series versus BDS. Top Blokes are pre-jumping more so now than we've seen them do previously because of how strong they have to be versus BDS in that regard. As we approach the 1 minute mark, Dementor will be pushing that ball central, but Casio up early again. Archie on his own at the back just slows time down so that he is able to have Casio and Flame come back responsibly. Now, as the ball falls, Archie misses. Salem gets control in the backfield, but Casio picks up in the back right corner. Now, Archie, having a couple of double commits earlier on with Flame, has made sure to not repeat those same errors.
What a read that was from Archie on the middle ramp up above the goal. Great touch, man. It looked dangerous, but actually Atomic, with one cheeky touch and then another, equalises late on.
Getting the softest touch off his car here, just to outwit the defender. Catches it, just dribbles that home with under 50 seconds remaining. We now see Queso draw themselves even.
Dementor has been the mechanical mastermind for Team Queso, but the man that's putting away all the shots no matter where Team Queso have been, has indeed been the player that just scored their atomic. He has been insane with regards to scoring goals, but now it's Dementor, his teammate, that tries to set up VK Salem. It falls to atomic. Danger for Top Blokes as Casio clears, and it is going to be Top Blokes that are finishing a game that they started on top, struggling to keep up with Team Queso. Oh my goodness!
And another miss at the back. Archie can pick it up though. Just no Queso attackers coming in to try and capitalize on that dropped ball. Dementor missing again, but it just means that the ball falls midfield. Salem can challenge Casio, who gets removed from the pitch by Atomic. Dementor now able to challenge off that backboard. Atomic is there. The ball floats high. Salem can get it up, drops it. Casio off his goal line sends it far. Atomic whips him from the side, able to get a touch, not too far though, and a great interception by Casio. Ends up flying high. Atomic with a touch. Overtime, game 1 in our grand finals. Europe is looking spicy.
Top Blokes will be the more elite of the two teams to see the game end and find themselves in overtime. What an important start this could be if Queso can get it. Suddenly, all bets are off with regards to the bracket reset, but that miss from Dementor isn't going to be ideal. VK Salem follows him up, now blocking out Casio. Top Blokes still struggling to clear it. Maybe this will be the pass that opens things up. No, it's a little bit heavy from Flame, and Dementor comes forward yet again. It's just wave after wave of Team Queso attack. As we've seen throughout the day, this one could be going in, but it's saved on the goal line by Flame.
Pinches on weird shots, previously working for Queso. That's how they beat BDS. It was extra bumping Salem into it, but not this time. Now, Archie sends it to Casio, who tries to snipe the bottom corner, isn't able to. Atomic has to try and clear it away. We'll find Salem on that left wall, down that channel of a clearance. Now Dementor gets just slightly outwitted by the ball. Salem sends it down the left wing. Low on boost though, but we'll continue to challenge Flame as nobody's able to pick up that mid boost. Instead, Salem can swipe in and grab it himself. Atomic with the 1v1 situation. Get it round. Casio finds Archie at the back. Salem's there to bump. Archie stays grounded. The composure from the Englishman keeps Top Blokes in it.
Archie's clearly been watching Queso play and knew exactly what they were trying there. Brilliant defending from the Starman in that situation, but Team Queso will just take that as a positive. So close to breaking this deadlock in overtime and taking the first game as Archie sprays it out wide, but Dementor reads it so early, so aggressively. VK Salem wants to follow up, but his touch isn't ideal. And it's going to be Flame that brings it away. Can Top Blokes keep some pressure? Normally so good at doing that, but Team Queso aren't letting them.
No, Queso are holding their own very well in the midfield. Archie again dodging a demo this time from Dementor. All players just trying to get rid of that star man on Top Blokes. As Archie leaves that ball in the Flame. Dementor.
It's in!
Instead, Atomic is there. Queso starting off this series in which they need to win and then win another one.
Oh, look at that off the backboard. Flame probably could have got that. He normally has that read, even though he's stuck in a tough position there. Well, he had to go, yeah, he saw the flying Team Queso player, just knew that even reading the ball wouldn't be quite good enough. The aggression from Team Queso. I love teams that often have a man in front of the ball, either going for bumps, going for demos, or trying to offer a redirect. Team Queso have a man in front of the ball about 95% of the time. They just do not respect the fact that they might get counter-attacked, and they firmly believe they will take every chance that they get.
In the end, that game going 7 shots just for Atomic versus the sole 2 shots for Top Blokes.
Wow.
Coming from Archie. A lot more precision, a lot more pressure coming from Top Blokes than Queso respectively. And I think the main takeaway from that game is that when there is pressure coming in a dribbling situation on the Top Blokes defense, Archie played it perfectly. He's going to stay grounded. He knew what the play was. He summed it up great there earlier, Cole, where he said he's looked, he has seen, and he has learned what Queso want to do. If Queso want to be getting rid of that final man, they need to be a little bit cleverer, maybe outwit, do the drive up quick, slow down, fake them into the jump and bump, and then get them out of the way.
Top Blokes, as I mentioned earlier, have come so close with each and every regional. Second in the first one, and then a splattering of semi-final results. And this is why the passing plays like this, straight off the bat, Top Blokes draw first blood.
It was Dementor missing, which then meant that Salem had to make the perfect touch, wasn't able to. And so Flame to Casio is a tale as old as time at this point.
Yeah, Casio has been involved perhaps more than we've ever seen him be involved in an attacking sense. And now the demos are starting to rein in. Top Blokes really shifting up the aggression after seeing how effective it was for Team Queso earlier. Archie's going in aggressively as well. And Stumpy, this is a rematch from the series that put Team Queso down to the lower bracket. And in that series, Team Queso took the first 2 games and Top Blokes had literally precisely 0 midfield presence. And then eventually Top Blokes figured them out and were able to grind away that series. But while it was a 4-2 to Top Blokes, it was far from simple, even though they did win those next 4 games to take the series.
I mean, Top Blokes are an incredibly intelligent team. They sound silly with their dumb name, but they are really quite clever. They've got a fantastic brain in Ramsdale as the coach. And Archie is starting to really ramp up the pressure. This started with a flame to Casio pass, who then went off the backboard, and Archie just lurked and loomed and scores and booms.
A few backboard goals flying in at the start of this series. Rarely seen now as the reads are normally so good, but that pass from Flame in such a hard position for the Team Queso players to read that Archie was just able to follow it home and get himself a goal. It'd be lovely to see Archie playing at his absolute best. It's been a couple of weeks since we've seen him really in peak form, and he is such a special player.
And what a statement as well, with Top Blokes having an Archie that I don't think he'll mind us saying. He isn't playing the best game he's ever played in his life.
No,
We've seen him do better. But Casio and Flame have both stepped up to that plate, and they have meant that Top Blokes continues to be an incredibly competitive team throughout. And having Archie get to the same level that he can reach is going to spell disaster for pretty much any team in the world. I mean, BDS is now Archie, and as Dave finds the crossbar, finds the post, but Casio, he will not be outwitted that easily.
It was a great first save there from Dementor. Look at him appearing right at the last second. It was so close to getting the second save as well, but Casio's 50-50 game on the goal line, just too strong. And this is a rare thrashing of Team Queso by Top Blokes, and they'll be enjoying this.
And from the back, Dementor has to relieve this pressure as soon as possible because Top Blokes have found an opening. Salen, though, removes one. Didn't quite get the memo that Casio's going to get bumped, though. Instead, tries to dribble it wide and then cuts back in, wasting those precious seconds.
Team Queso living by the sword and dying by the sword as well. Continuing to play this super aggressive game and being punished for it on 3 occasions on early doors on Forbidden Temple, but they'll continue to do so. They won't change anything, at least not yet. Only 3 goals in this one. They'll believe that they can bring it back as Dementor tries to flick on but can't quite manage it. Salen's completely out of boost, so his 50-50 isn't very strong, but it does set up Atomic to get a better one versus Archie, and then instead of the ball, he opts to take out Flame, and suddenly a chance comes in for Dementor. In that corner, can he dig the ball out and find VK Salen? Not quite, and Casio clears long.
Long shot spelling disaster for a few teams today as well. That ball rolling wide, but it's something for Queso to keep an eye on. Atomic, though, continues his play going down until Casio finds himself getting right in the way, right in the passing lane to try and clear it away as quick as he possibly can.
Well, there was a massive double commit there from Flame and Archie, and we've seen that a few times. We saw it when they beat BDS earlier, which was a series that they won, and more defensive issues there for Top Blokes, a freebie for VK Salen.
I thought Queso would need to keep an eye on their backline, but instead it ends up being Top Blokes. Archie and Flame both committing for the same corner boost. Casio thinks it's probably quite safe, and so heads out himself as well. Salen sniping top corner. Now there's only a 2-goal deficit in this for Queso. After winning the first game and looking confident doing so as well, they need to try and bring it back.
Yeah, the Top Blokes players were buzzing around that boost like moths to a flame. It was quite pretty, really, but the defending wasn't pretty, and this could be a beautiful goal, though. It's faked by Dementor, it's in the post, and Atomic steams in. Team Queso continue to launch attacks, and they're back in this one.
The multiple whiffs coming out. Dementor getting faked. Archie. Yeah. And then Flame getting bumped away by Dementor. I think Archie's was technically a whiff, despite the decent reason to miss it. In the end, though, bounces central. Good as you like. Team Queso can take firm opportunity to score as well. Atomic finds himself backwards, and so Archie will hit the hard reset button.
VK Salen's coming in. I think there were 2 Team Queso players flying at that ball. Didn't think there needed to be, but hey, they know what they're doing. It's got them this far, I suppose. Guaranteed top 2. Amazing day for them. Can it get any better? VK Salen tries to set up Dementor for a pre-jump, but his hit is a little bit too heavy. That's a good bump, though. Again, it's one thing that we're seeing a lot right now from Team Queso, that whenever Top Blokes are starting to launch a more mechanical play, an air dribble or anything similar, instead of going for the ball, they're just going for the player and saying the ball can go that way, but you're not following them.
It's always so infuriating as well when you are the player in that situation and you've cleared it long, and then you're like, oh, I really could have followed that in for the double tap, but you get bumped away, you get demoed. It just completely takes the wind out of your sails. So it's a great idea from either team to go for the man in most situations.
These two players are these two teams, should I say, with very different play styles. But one thing that they do have in common is that they've both beaten BDS today in thrilling fashion, the pair of them. I know, it's very weird to say, and I'm not sure I like it. And I'm sure that the teams they come up against in Regional 3 won't like it either, because they'll have a point to prove. BK Stan has a chance to score here. He follows up his own touch, but Archie finds that simple.
That was a good 1v1 situation for Casio as well. Archie gets on the end of that. The Mentor's got no boost. And that is absolutely heartbreaking, seeing him try and crawl back to scrape it away from the goal line.
Perhaps the ugliest goal we will see all day. There were Queso players bumping into one another. There was the Mensa desperately chasing it with no boost in the tank. Just had to help it along its way in the end. But all that matters is that Top Blokes restore a 2-goal lead. That's a great kickoff for Queso. Can Dementor get over the top of Flame? Not quite. That's really good defending with little boost from Flame.
Casio as well, in the net with very little boost too. Still on 0, in fact, and using every single part of it to reach the ball again. A couple of chances now starting to find themselves at the end of this game, but instead it will fall to Top Blokes, who, I need to remind you guys, beat BDS earlier in a Game 7 overtime. And because they're in the upper bracket, they just need to win this best of 7. Queso need to win it twice.
Much more expansive Top Blokes. They're really going for the kill when they detected that they could. And that was the sort of result that started the turnaround when these guys did play in the upper bracket. It was a 5-2 victory for Top Blokes, which set them on their way to grinding out the remaining games. So by no means will Team Queso need to change anything up just yet, but I'm sure they'll have that series in their mind to an extent. They will know that Top Blokes are capable of having the game management to prevent them from scoring too many goals.
I think the main thing that either of these teams would be thinking on basically any other day is, well, at least we beat BDS earlier. They didn't. Oh, wait, no, they beat BDS as well, actually. So maybe we haven't got that edge over them. But Queso beat them 4-2, whereas Top Blokes had to go to Game 7 overtime. So, maybe the numbers do speak for themselves.
I see. That's why 53% of Twitch chat said that Team Queso would take this one. Bracket reset and all. It all makes sense now, Stumpy. Thank you, as ever, for the analysis.
But this game is now going to be so vital. Who is going to be able to come out strong to begin with? The Mensa trying to fake one keeper, doesn't manage to. Then Salen and Atomic both bump each other in the midfield. The
beautiful.
Demos. Both defenders removed from the pitch, and Top Blokes remove their hats and reveal machine guns.
Oh, team plays do not get any more beautiful than that. You don't have to smash the ball at 100 miles per hour, and you've got teammates who are going to clear the path for you, and then the pass comes in. That's a beautiful goal from Top Blokes.
It's selfless, it's aggressive, it's everything we want to see. And Atomic with one, nearly the second, but Salen can come in after the Mensa gets it off the backboard.
What a start to game number 3. We've got parity, and it needed a few touches from Team Queso. Look at the BDS players. Look at the Top Blokes players desperately.
They're not in this grand final. Any other time, that sentence would have worked.
No, I'm saying look at them watching on at home. Look at the Top Blokes players diving in front of the ball there. But the finish was good enough to get the goal for Team Queso.
Whoopsie.
Atomic follows up. Casio's waiting underneath. There's a pass there. Oh, VK Sailing goes to the bump or the demo. I don't think that he and Atomic are on the same wavelength there, but it just goes to show again that if you're Top Blokes, you can never stand still and assume you'll make a save.
I mean, standing still at any point in any of these series is going to lead to disaster. All of these teams are able to maintain so much momentum, and something that we've seen improve over the course of the last year or so is the rate of recovery. Players are not out of the play for too long. Casio proving just that. Has to go from midfield into the corner. He went for that shot previously as well. He whips back round and immediately gets the shot over Salen.
It's an aggressive rotation there from Casio, but he picked up that 100 boost, and he knew that even if he'd missed, as you say, Stumpy, he'd have been able to make it back all the way to his own half in the blink of an eye with the chain wave dashes and speed plays that these players now have. And of course, Flame back in the third man role made that possible by being disciplined and knowing that his teammates had it covered. And suddenly Top Blokes have another nervy lead. A demo comes in from Casio on Atomic, so he's going to be out the game. As Archie puts it to the side. Team Queso try and build something. Atomic over the top, trying to use that corner. Another demo coming in from Casio. And maybe that what we're finding out now from Top Blokes is that when it comes to demos, they're the best form of defense. Take Team Queso out the game, and you'll buy yourself some time.
Well, as soon as you do, you remove the offensive rotations because all of a sudden you don't have a player at the back. The issue is, it might even work the other way because you think, oh, we can push as hard as we want, so long as we buy literally 3 seconds, then our teammate is back with 35 boost in our own net near enough.
Archie continues this Top Blokes attack. He leaves it for Casio, smart play, and he's out of boost as well, so it's now between Flame and Casio. I thought Casio could have gone for a doink there, but instead he backflips it, trying to get some height. Maybe could have skidded the ball along his car. It's an attempted pass towards Archie, but a little bit high again. So these passes from Top Blokes not quite finding their mark, and that's going to mean that Team Queso can bring the ball away, at least for now.
Chance for Archie. Couldn't quite edge dribble it in, however. And so now Dementor and Flame face off in the corner. Sent long. Archie sends high on the backboard. Dementor backwards, has to get a perfect touch, does so very well. But the ball bouncing central finds Casio's nose. Can't quite get it too far, however. Casio sending high once again. Mid-boost is not fallen for him, and so Salem is able to catch it on his own. Atomic from the ceiling. Can Dementor come in and score? Yes, he can.
I was watching Flame's perspective that entire time, and I was thinking how disciplined he was being because he fears the speed of the Team Queso counter-attack. So Flame was there at the back post, but it didn't matter in the end, Stumpy, because Atomic and Dementor's connection was too good. The finish too precise, and Team Queso do have their equalizer.
And now even with just over half of this game gone, both of them, as soon as one takes a step forward, the other matches them. Atomic down the left wing isn't able to get that second touch. Instead, the ball will fall to the Top Blokes defense, who then rapidly turns into an offense. Casio from that backboard again. So much backboard play happening for Top Blokes. Confident that typically Queso won't be able to defend it too well, but Dementor showing the exact opposite.
Here we go, VK Seno. I thought for a second he'd be able to launch a solo play, but instead it was a decent dunk. He follows it home, but Casio's read on the back wall is too quick on this occasion. So it falls to Atomic to get attempt number 2 going. A miss from Dementor, and Casio's going to be reading that one. Up against VK Seno, a chance to flick it over him, but Atomic helps him out. A moment of danger there for Team Queso, but look how well they defend it. The 3 of them swarm whenever their opponents are coming forwards.
I mean, shutting off as many alleys as they can for the passes. And Flame here, chance for a double, will get it. VK Salen off in his own back left, attempting to grab a bit of boost as he was not quite back there in time. Flame, simplest double. Open nets are going to be scored near enough all of the time.
I've got so much respect for the way that Flame has played this game. He has been, to an extent, squeezed out by Archie and Casio, but he gets one chance, and he absolutely nails the double tap. Suddenly the door is opened, and there is Archie via Casio, the original duo in an attacking sense, combining off the kickoff. 4-2, Top Blokes pulling away again, Stumpy.
It's something that Top Blokes do so incredibly well is not only the selfless plays, where that started off as a Flame kickoff into a Casio pass, Casio having the shooting opportunity, but Archie called it, had more boost, was able to fill in more effectively. Instead, he just goes for a bumps and anything he can do to help out his teammates. Flame, a shot, the ball crosses over half the line, and it's saved away.
It was Atomic with another wonder save, keeping Team Queso in this one, but now he's demoed away. So his teammate VK Salen comes in to only set up Flame, not the best of touches. Flame will knock it towards the backboard. Not too long for Team Queso to get themselves back in this one, but they had a couple of comebacks against them via BDS. So can they take a leaf out of that book and cause one of their own?
Chance now for another attack, the 5th goal. Casio and Archie getting in each other's way, and Archie will be paying the price. Dementor removes him from the pitch, sailing onto the ceiling. Sees the Dementor was out the back. I thought might go for the pass, but Dementor only had eyes for the Frenchman. On the left-hand side now, Flame up for 1. The second goes wide. Final 10 seconds. Start to wind down. Dementor with a pre-jump. Casio removing that dream from the Queso heart. And instead, Cole, as we enter game number 4, Top Blokes lead.
They do. They've turned this series around. Well, they haven't turned it around. They didn't need to turn it around, but they've won the latter 2 games in it to give themselves a slender lead in this series. All the games fairly close. I think that 4-2 was kind to Top Blokes a little bit because Team Queso did have plenty of chances to score some more goals of their own. But Top Blokes doing a very good job, I guess, of squeezing Team Queso out when they do have opportunities right now.
Yeah, I mean, so many fantastic saves in that series as well. We mentioned the Atomic save halfway across the line, and Flame was pretty much celebrating, I feel like that. Oh, that one's in. But no, Atomic
Off with the
leaves
eggs.
it away. Yeah, none of the goals or none of the shots are goals until it literally says the player has scored because of how clutch these saves can be. BDS earlier got some 3/4 of the ball over the line saves. It has been such a clutch day. And now if Top Blokes win 2 more games, they will be the regional champions.
It reminds me a lot of the Vitality goal line defending, where you just think for all the world, surely the net's about to bulge and this one's going in, and somehow up pops one of their players. Team Queso defend in a much similar way when they're on their goal line. The 3 of them chucking themselves at it, and you're thinking they're going to be stretched, they're going to be pulled apart, and then somehow another player emerges with boost. It's like, where did you come from? You just committed to the ball. This is crazy.
Again, it's the recovery time. In the last year or so, it has got to be so close, especially 1v1 players, because they need to be so perfect with it. Atomic has so much time on that ball. Casio can save it away and get the secondary save from the backboard too. Salem not going to have an easy shot whatsoever as Flame trebuchets that to the clearance by Demensa.
Atomic was like an archer there. He had no boost. He just waited, looked up, picked his spot, and aimed into the top corner, and it was a good save that he caused. The Top Blokes do now have some time to pressure themselves. Flame comes forward. He's close down by VK Salen. Demensa's coming in. He has a pass there. VK Salen's right there. Look at the power on the strike. But look at the read and the save from Casio.
A relatively safe shot, I feel, very center of the goal. But Casio's reactions, regardless, to clear that away as well as he did, is world class. Casio and Flame are both playing one of the best series I've ever seen so far today.
Demensa puts that one to the center. VK Salen's there for another go. Flame has been faked out, but he's helped out by Archie. So early good signs here for Team Queso. All these dunks and these 50-50s are working out well for them. Demensa tries to place that one over the top of Archie. It's Flame that brings it away, and Team Queso just waiting for a chance to really get some time on the ball. This is it. It's the flip reset attempt for Atomic. It's into the far corner, and it's into the net.
Typically Atomic not being given too much time in the air, but as soon as he has it, look how lethal he is. The flip reset over both defenders as well. Because it catches the nose, it means it goes to the far side of the goal. Queso now lead.
Absolutely desperate to take this game, Team Queso. When you look at the mountain they'll have to climb after, even if they do. It's a long way there, but this could be a good continuation. Demensa shoots, but it's read and saved by Archie. Atomic's turn this time. Team Queso with all the pressure. They're just chucking in attack after attack. Flame is missing, and Top Blokes seem to be wobbling a little bit.
Yeah, Top Blokes on defense are not looking as clean as they have done previously. The boost was grabbed there by Casio, but he was almost bumped into it. And now Archie has to continue the attack. Won't go for that second. Flame cleverly identifying that Atomic has beaten into it, even if he had the boost to have the
He's got the demo!
And the demo!
Oh!
And the back! Atomic clearing the defense for Top Blokes and clearing Queso by 2.
I saw that the demo was there, but I didn't dare to believe, Stumpy, until there it was. And Demensa scores the easiest goal of his career that was set up for him by his teammate. What another beautiful goal that is. There have been some great demo-based team plays so far in this series.
The best team plays. I love demo goals so much. It's why I'm such an endpoint fanboy. Me and you both are. They are fantastic for man. Other teams are very much learning from the example that Virtuoso has set.
Well, I mean, Team Queso are up there themselves as well. Back in their Magnifico days, they relied heavily on demos, but no demo can save them here. Flame puts Top Blokes back in it.
Flame's movement here is fantastic because he only had 12 boost. He had to drive via a boost pad and jump above it so he would catch it in midair, refill his tank as he was flying. That's the only way he gets to that ball.
So smart. And this game is alive and well as Demensa and Archie clatter into that kickoff. It's going to be a decent 50-50 here for Atomic. Flames arriving, but Demensa will put it into the center. Risky. Team Queso still more than happy to take a few chances here against Top Blokes, but it might backfire here. Demensa saw it coming, thankfully for Team Queso, and is able to slow things down. More risks are being taken. This is all a mistake from Team Queso's own making. Archie has a shot, but it's blocked by VK Salen. And now just get rid of it, Demensa. Come on, get rid of that ball. Now's not the time to mess about catching it because Top Blokes, they're picking up boost and ready to launch another one.
And the attack comes in so quickly. Only just managed to get the ball out of their own half.
They were so
Salen immediately trying to find Flame. Does though. The dunk though from Atomic off that sidewall finds the acutest angle.
It's the repeat of the goal that he got in game number 1 as well, from the same angle and the same player. Atomic is just the master of that left wing, like Iron Robin, putting that ball in the goal. Team Queso 3-1.
I love hockey.
Archie towards Flame. Top Blokes trying to quickly get back on the scoreboard. They've done this plenty of times against Team Queso, conceded 1, then instantly got themselves back in it to take away any momentum that Team Queso may have built, but Atomic is wise to their tricks. Just waits in the goal line. Casio, is he able to get here though? He is, onto the backboard. Team Queso stretch, the three of them will chuck themselves at it, but Flame's finish is too accurate, and it's 2-3.
That is the perfect placement for that ball. Casio cleverly only going for the backboard, knows that Flame is on his rotation back down towards the attacking side of the pitch because Salen, Atomic, and Demensa find themselves in the back of the net sharing a cup of hot cocoa. Flame, left side of the goal, is exactly where that ball needed to end up.
Made his name as a striker to the Englishman, Flame, back in the Team Secret days. Once went 0-7 in the RLCS, and look at him now. What a career trajectory he's had. Brilliant player. Casio shoots, charged down by Atomic. But Archie is going to be able to get that boost, which is going to slow down this Team Queso attack a little bit. Shame it was Demensa getting the dunk there and not Atomic, because if it was Atomic, that would probably have ended up in a goal from that left wing. And a double commit from Archie and Flame will take up a lot of boost for Top Blokes, and now they've got some defending to do.
The ball was far enough away. Oh, sorry, the attackers were far enough away from Top Blokes, so I don't think it was too much of an issue, but you don't want to see that continuing. We saw the Top Blokes ended up dropping a game earlier because of mistakes like that, where Archie and Flame commit together. And now the final 30 seconds, Cole, and Top Blokes are suddenly chasing, trying to have Team Queso's number. They don't seem to have it in this fourth game.
Demensa passes to himself via a very high flick and then gets the ceiling play as well. Above the goal it goes, and VK Salen slows things down brilliantly. He's got a player coming in. This could be the game. Oh, but Atomic has slowed down.
Oh my God!
Somehow, he still gets the angle, and Team Queso take the game.
Literally, what on earth?
Why did you wait so long?
How in the world does that shot go on target?
Why did he wait so long?
I think I should say.
Why not put it in when it was already on target, because the ball was rolling in front of the goal? I'm so confused, Stumpy, but also flummoxed is the Team Queso defense.
I'm flummoxed, mate. Off the kickoff.
No!
Sends it over to Mensa, and with 3 seconds left, there's suddenly a chance for Top Blokes to come back in this. If that goal happened just before that god angle by Atomic, this would be going into overtime quite handily, but final 3 seconds will decide a lot. Can Casio get there? And he gets the boost. This is a great position. Archie is across. Chance. That goes high. Casio.
He's got
target. And at 0 seconds, overtime.
Never count out the Top Blokes. Atomic tried to close it. Casio had the world watching, and I doubt he had too much boost as well, but he still managed to get the finish over the despairing dive of the goalkeeper. And as you mentioned, Stumpy, we're heading into overtime in Game 4.
With a fake kickoff to start us off as well. It doesn't go too well. Not as well as it went for Envy last weekend, but I appreciate the attempt regardless. Salen on target, but Flame easily sends it away. Casio is beaten. Now Archie has to defend from Demensa. Instead, the ball will bounce central for Flame to pick up. Atomic can intercept. That goes wide. Archie now on the left wing, but every time this ball is nearly out of the Top Blokes half, it just gets punted back by a Queso member.
Archie was so close to an own goal there as he was arriving at the back post. Almost so unfortunate, but Flame in the end can shoot. Casio will just opt to slow things down just for a second. A super fast-paced overtime has started out. Already chances for both sides. So Casio closes it down. Archie's following that one with a little pre-flip, hoping that Atomic would make a mistake, but no such luck, unfortunately, Archie. And instead, it's VK Salen in Atomic's corner of the pitch. Another double commit. We've seen a few of those today from Archie. And a demo flies in, and the ball flies in, and Team Queso take it.
Oh, what a demo. Demensa has just got his eyes on Flame. That's it. That's all he needs. And Salen with impeccable accuracy. The bottom right is found. Team Queso bring the scoreline even again. 2-2 now in these games.
What a game that is. We've already seen them earlier lose a 4-1 lead to Team BDS and then win the overtime. And now we've seen them lose a 2-goal lead, one of the goals with 3 seconds left, and then won the overtime as well. They cannot be shaken, Team Queso, Stumpy. They just keep stick to their game, and they end up getting goals like these.
I mean, Queso, the mentality to keep playing their game is something else. To continue going for those bumps and those demos is an ability that not many teams have. It was unrelenting. It's the playstyle they wanted to go for. But Top Blokes to bring that back with 3 seconds left.
Amazing.
They managed to squeeze a goal for overtime as well. That is a gut punch that they didn't end up winning, but equally, if Queso lost that, that's a gut punch to them. Regardless, fists were aimed at guts in that overtime.
Yeah, the Top Blokes and their guts are going to have to take the positives. The fact that they had very few seconds, 3 of them, no less, of which to get that equalizer, and they managed to do it. So it's disappointing you don't get the overtime, but you at least forced the overtime, giving yourself some momentum to build upon in this 5th game, and it is a best of 7, and thank goodness for that. I could watch a best of 17 between these two. Not 19, but 17.
Yeah, 19 would be a little bit too much. 17, though, perfect number. Casio has the perfect number of the defense of Team Queso as well, and it's 1-0.
Yeah, keeping perfect time is Casio there. A miss from VK Salen, and Demenza can't make up for it. So an easy goal to start things off for Top Blokes. It'll be good for them.
In this game, Cole, I wonder who is feeling like they've got the momentum, because I think Queso might have been a little bit stunted coming into it until they then end up winning that overtime. It's such an ebb and flow, this series.
I don't think that either team has the momentum. I think this is a moment-to-moment, game-to-game, play-to-play sort of series, as opposed to taking the history of it and working with that, as you can see here. Team Queso lost the first goal, and then knocking on that door for the second, and then suddenly all the way down the other end, Demenza's having to do some tricky footwork just to get himself out of a tight jam. Atomic's following it up against Archie. Really good defending there from Team Queso, actually, because there are a couple of tricky moments, and they got themselves out of them really cleanly.
Starting the defense backwards too, so not even on a good foot. Archie though catches one, goes high. The double is not secured as Salen from underneath snipes the ball away.
Salen read that. Team Queso's goal line defending just continues to astound me, but Top Blokes will keep on just trying to tear that door down, no matter how many attempts it takes. We're still at 1-0, and here come Top Blokes again.
Chance, just sent above the crossbar, but Flame, again, relatively open on that right wing. Demenza, central. Archie opting not to go for a demo on either player there, where I feel like it would have been the best time to go for it. Now, Archie just on his own out the back. The boost being picked up by Casio. Salen has to get there quick. Archie is lurking.
What a touch.
Drops it central. Casio fakes it away. Flame didn't get the memo, though.
That's smart play from Casio, though, realizes that Team Queso are just reading everything when it comes to a clean shot. So maybe a fake will be the way to go. An early warning sign for Team Queso there, but this is really bad. Archie missing that one in the corner. It's going to let Team Queso in. It works out nicely in the end, as Atomic can only put it high, and Casio can come forward with a great pass to Archie, who has no boost, but still manages to get a clean shot away. Above the goal it goes, but Top Blokes embedded deep in the Team Queso half.
Flame picking up from his own half as well. Flip resets over one, bumped into the ceiling. Not with his wheels though, so did not have the flip reset. As we've seen so many players recently go from ball to ceiling and getting a godly goal. And speaking of which, do you want to find the top corner, Casio?
Casio scores his second, and Top Blokes his second at 2 minutes and 22. Twos across the board. You gotta love it. I'm sure it's in Twitch chat now, filling it up. But Casio is gonna be overjoyed with that finish. What a strike that was. That was so clean.
The perfect strike. Top corner's so hard to defend.
Even for Team Queso.
Yeah, they've had such a stellar defense so far that it's one of those few positions that you can actually send the ball to where it's the highest percentage chance, and even then, it's not that high of a percentage.
Even if Team Queso had got that, you figure that a Top Blokes player would have been following it up and ready to put away any sort of rebound that Team Queso got there. So the quality of the strike. And there's the quality of the pass. But the quality of the finish isn't there. Flame should have put that one away. Team Queso get away with one. Now, will that inspire them?
What a pass from Archie, though. Just fakes out one. You said about the fakes earlier. They seem to be coming out a lot more, but do Queso learn from it? They've not conceded a goal yet from being faked. Archie, once again, finding the ball before the defender, and Casio is there for the hat-trick.
Oh, Archie is so quick with these redirects, and Casio is absolutely on his wavelength. 3 goals for Casio here, and it's looking more and more like Top Blokes are going to be going match point, not just for the series, but for this second winter EU regional. They just have to hold out from 3 goals, and now it's 4, and Casio is running riot.
Make it 4. Casio has scored every goal in this series. Already, with 90 seconds left, he has over 600 points. He's scored 4 out of 5 of his shots. I'm not a mathematician, so I'm not even going to try and figure out that shooting
80%.
percentage.
80%.
You're a genius.
Thank you, mate. I finally gained your respect and approval.
That's
because
all
I
it
can
needed.
times 5 by 20. Yay, I'll take that. Happy days. Archie's up, looking to compound the pain of Team Queso in this game, but maybe a free goal will just open things up a little bit if Flame messes up on this one. Dementor's there, a smart touch in the corner. Casio's missed it. Then Dementor, of course, goes for the bump in the demo. Oh, it was a good save, but the finish could have been faster.
Oh my gosh, Flame. Just the perfect positioning. That's everything he needed. And now a few long shots coming out from Queso. It's the desperation. They need something soon. This game is a near write-off until you consider the fact that last game we had a goal, 2 goals in the space of 3 seconds. It's crown and jewels worthy.
Yeah, go on, tell your stats, Stumpy. This game seems like it's over.
The final 6 seconds in, I believe, 2016, a team called Crown and Jewels scored 2 goals to take it to overtime. I have literally no idea if they won or lost from that point. The point is, it was 6 seconds, it was 2 goals.
Unbelievable. I mean, we've seen 3 goals here.
True. Twitch chat don't know who Crown and Jewels are either.
Yeah,
oh,
anyway.
And again, not quite again. Archie couldn't get his nose to it. These final 10 seconds is... The story's near enough written, but I don't want to just say it's done. And it annoys me when people think, oh, yeah, they can still get into this. But they genuinely can.
What, you reckon there's a chance here that Team Queso bring it back with 10 seconds? I mean, I've already lost all my channel points. So, who am I to make predictions now? I don't know how Twitch chat's doing, but I put all of mine on BDS to make it here. You put all of yours on the comeback, mate, so you're down in the dumps with me now.
Mate, you impressed me earlier by timesing 20 by 4. Now it's 5 goals out of 7 shots for Casio. What's that in a percentage?
5 out of 7, 100%.
He's a god! Casio has solidified the spot that he wants to have on this Top Blokes team. I think, for me, this is where I want to see Casio playing more often. I think he can be so usurped by Archie, and on his day, for good reason. But man alive, Casio and Flame are 2 of the best players we have in Europe right now. They are 2 of the best players in the world right now. And Top Blokes find themselves 1 game away from winning this regional.
I mean, just look at these replays right here. Casio, this has been the Casio show this game. 5 goals to his name. Archie getting involved with those such speedy touches to set him up, but the man at the end of absolutely everything that Top Blokes did well was the Frenchman Casio. What a performance from him. Now, can he take it into Neo Tokyo? 1
more game. That may decide who wins this regional. And for once, it won't be BDS.
Top Blokes, they have come so close on so many occasions, and now the last hurdle they have to vault over is a team called Cheese, and they're 1-0 up.
Another demo, opening it up at the back as well. Atomic finding the man while Salen finds the back of the net. Within 5 seconds, Queso, they take the lead.
Great start for them, exactly the start they needed, I feel, after the thrashing they received on Wasteland. But hang about, Archie and Casio combining again. Casio almost gets to his first of this game number 6. which Team Queso have to win. VK Sailor's up, VK Sailor has missed, and Casio just can't stop scoring.
A return to form, 6 goals in a row for Casio now. Flame, though, helping out as best he can, given so much time. He was on that left wing, being very gently prodded and poked by Queso, but they almost seemed scared to try and touch him. In the end, Flame can get it central. Casio knows that play. They've done that in scrims 1,000 times over.
Yeah, on the exact same wavelength right now. It was slightly timid defending there from Team Queso, which is rare from them, but credit to Casio, who went for it. He could be going for this one as well. Oh, VK Sailor, what a read to spoon that one over the goal. I thought for sure it was going in, and Casio was going to get his 6th in a row. Would that have been?
That would be his 7th.
His 7th in a row. I mean, I'm rooting for Casio right now. You know, I'm hoping that if Top Blokes do go on to win this one, it is Casio as their only scorer. But Archie breaks the trend. I don't think Casio will care too much because his team have the lead.
Casio got the assist. That's good enough for the selfless Frenchman.
Nice. Beautiful. 2-1 to Top Blokes. Team Queso needs to turn this one around. They've got plenty of time to do it. That's the good news right now. And do you think this is the point they start to just tweak their play style a little bit? Because they're starting to give some freebies away.
No, not at all. I think they've changed their play style already, and they need to go back to how they were before. Get bumps, get demos, go really aggressive, more so than you think as well. Completely throw off how Top Blokes want to play, because right now they are controlling this series. Archie ends up sending the ball high, tries to go for the double, but Salem fantastically touched it towards the backboard. Atomic, great shout, gets Flame. We mentioned it earlier. That completely nullifies the offense.
Atomic's underneath this one, and for what it's worth, Stumpy, I agree with you as well. I think that Team Queso have just started to slow down, which is understandable. They've played a lot of Rocket League in the last few days. It's going to happen, and when you're up against a team like Top Blokes that can squeeze the life out of absolutely anyone, it becomes so difficult to bring back that momentum. They have to somehow find a way. One goal could do it, one great pass, one ugly goal. It doesn't have to be a beautiful one. It might just be something that they get a bit of a freebie, they get a little bit lucky, and suddenly it's like a breath of fresh air, and they've had life breathed into them, but it has to happen.
I mean, Queso right now, they are currently playing their 22nd game of today. That's how much they've pushed to get to this point. Lower brackets are so hard. They've made the longest run they could do starting off.
Bear in mind as well that Top Blokes started the first series, won it, and they've been chilling since then.
They've been hanging out.
Might have been doing some free play. I don't know, maybe playing Pictionary. I was going to say Pictionary, yeah.
I think Pictionary is a brand, so we shouldn't say it.
Oh, okay.
I don't think
drawing
is a brand.
Drawing games of some variety.
Picture game.
And they're going to keep coming forward on the Top Blokes. Flames up. Flame side trying to kill it right here. Demensa and VK Selen almost double commit. VK Selen is hiding in this goal, wants to intercept Archie. And I think Archie saw that if he got beaten to the ball there cleanly, it could have been a free goal for his opponents, which is exactly what they need. So they pulled away from that one, knowing that more chances will come. The misses are starting to fly in from Team Queso. Casio, will he be the man to win it? Somehow no, because VK Selen saves, and then Demensa does. And Top Blokes are going to have to come again.
That is masterful. That is absolute defensive excellence, pinching it away. And now the offense can form. Casio wants to send it back into the orange half. Demensa finds Stalin, finds Demensa, finds the goal.
What a touchdown that is when the chips are down, when the exhaustion is rising. All the temptation in the world says hit this ball hard, but VK Salen ignores that, and Demensa finds the perfect spot. Team Queso are back in it.
1 minute 45 now. Queso playing just for the chance to get to the 7th game. Archie clears it long, will find Casio, who finds a ceiling, who onto the backboard finds his nose! The top corner is homestead for Casio.
Look at the combination between Casio and Archie yet again, but it's Casio on the end of it, the pick of his goals, and there have been plenty to choose from. Top Blokes 3-2 up. Are Team Queso running out of time? Do they have it in them to launch yet another comeback? And that's the question they have to answer. Maybe this is a moment, and they do something!
Atomic is not letting this one fall whatsoever. The clear from Salen so intelligently finds Atomic. Archie, despite being in near perfect positioning for that shot when it came in, still can't reach it because of the speed that ball had. With under 1 minute 30, Both teams are one apiece. Archie, Flame, Atomic, and Dementor removed from the pitch. A brief 1v1 in this 3v3 slugfest.
Over in NA, we were 1 goal away from a bracket reset between Envy and NRG, but it couldn't quite happen. They got the overtime goal. Could it happen here? Can Team Queso make up for that and give us the bracket reset, or at least the game 7 that we all are so desperate to see happen? This could be a huge moment if it is to happen. Atomic with 1 touch and then 2, closed down by Casio for now, and Archie is almost going to beat VK Salen. Flame's going to have to take a soft touch to the corner, keeping the attack going for Team Queso.
So many chances there for the offense to move in, and Queso did so. On a conveyor belt, they attacked. With 30 seconds remaining now, Flame finds the backboard. The ball ends up falling to Salen. Now Casio sends it high. Archie on target. Saved away by Dementor. Flame will maintain this pressure, however. Low on booster, will have to leave and give way to Flame and Archie, who can then come in. Salen, though, going via that mid boost and cleared off the backboard by Casio.
15 seconds remain. Flame goes for a second touch, but Dementor was tracking him all the way, and despite having such little boost, is able to put that one to the corner, at least for now. VK Salen maybe can launch one more attack with a very low flip cancel there. Follows it. Atomic is in his corner. Archie gets it towards Dementor, who keeps it high. Will that backfire?
Archie?
Casio tries to set up Archie to win it now, but we are going to go to this game 6 overtime.
Next goal for Top Blokes will give them the regional. Will it happen? Will Queso force the game 7? Those are the questions, and we want some answers, Cole.
Is Casio arriving, trying to tackle VK Salen, but it's Dementor that comes away with the ball. Then he gets in the front of his teammate as well. Seen fairly few of those double commits from Team Queso recently, and it seems to be working out. This slightly more controlled style of play, as scary as it is for them to switch things up. Flames in that corner, wanting to dribble it away. VK Salen's closing him down so quickly, though. Trying to get the read on Casio. Down the other end, there's Flame, trying to take a leaf out of his opponent's books and getting some huge demos, but it's not quite happening. A stray pinch almost flies into the goal. This goal could be coming from absolutely anywhere, in absolutely any style for either of these teams.
Oh, that ball dangerously bouncing right in front of the Top Blokes net as well. From the ceiling, Salen, that's 1, that's 2, but Archie in the middle of the net can clear it away. Now Casio tries to go low beneath Atomic, isn't able to do so. Flame goes too far forward. Salen central. Atomic on target. Gives us the game 7 we needed.
Unbelievable! VK Salen bundles home. Look at this touch from Atomic. He was following it up himself as well, but he wasn't needed because VK Salen is there to complete the 1-2, and you see it. Winner, Team Queso, and we are going to game 7 and still potentially a bracket reset.
The nerves from both of these teams are holding so solidly right now. Team Queso, you see them there on the winner screen. They have had an incredible performance in that game just to maintain the pressure. Top Blokes went ahead by a couple, but Queso fought back.
So many goals throughout this entire series. 7 more to add to the pile in that one. And they're all top quality as well. Look at that goal there from Casio. The angle on that double touch. He is the man. But Team Queso have to worry about pulling all the strings for Top Blokes. And for Team Queso as well, it is their fight. We've seen it in these overtimes where they've been on the receiving end of comebacks and then gone on to win.
Yeah.
There they had to make a comeback and they still won the overtime. They just cannot be kept down.
This game, again, is it's the tournament point for Top Blokes. It's the chance for the bracket reset for Team Queso. We could be in this for the long haul. Top Blokes sure hope we're not.
Archie's going to put it long. Champions Field up in lights. Is there a more beautiful sight in winter as well? Absolutely beautiful. Tell you what would be a more beautiful sight if Casio can sink this double tap, but Dementor doesn't even give him a sniff. I think they've realized now that Casio means danger every time he comes forward, but so too dangerous is this touch here, which Archie snuffs out.
It's still the passes from the wing for Queso into the demo. It's usually Salen as well who's got the initiative to go for those demos, and they are working so frequently. Top Blokes sitting a little bit too still for my liking. Atomic catching beautifully, but cleared away by Flame. And it's something to watch out for Top Blokes. Try and keep moving in the net. Maybe stay further in the net. Don't wait on the goal line.
I've been so impressed with the way Dementor has played this series for Team Queso. I mean, it's Atomic that's putting most of the shots away, but all the opportunities that they're getting, the small pockets of space that Team Queso are forcing through the man right here. Look at him there, faking out Casio, going underneath him. Doesn't come to anything on that occasion, but at least it takes Casio out the play. Now he's having to rotate all the way back for boost, and that was all because of Dementor's just a couple of seconds that he managed to buy his team.
Flame and Casio both going up for that ball, but Flame pulling rank will send his shot on net instead. Now Archie from the backboard sends it over actually towards Flame very cleverly. Didn't want to just relinquish control of that ball. As in the pinch from Atomic, and Salen comes out, finding Flame in the midfield and removing him. But Archie, he pushes up, he gets one. Can he get the pass in the middle to a teammate?
He's not going to be able to, so VK Salen comes in and puts it high. Casio already up, desperate to get every loose ball for himself. He knows that he is having one of those days mechanically, but it's Archie equally as good today. Tries to smash the ball home, and in comes Atomic from underneath for another amazing Team Queso team save.
I think Archie had the flip reset there as well. He just wasn't in a position where he could use it.
He can just do anything. Can Archie? Can he do this? Actually, it's Casio there on that back wall. Archie does follow up. Archie shoots. Dementor needs to help out Atomic quick. Reads the 50-50. He was slow. I think it was on purpose. It was almost something that backfired, though, because Casio was able to put it away almost. Now Atomic down the other end. Truly end-to-end already. And we're barely halfway through this Game 7.
Exchanging blows as frequently as you like in this match. Dementor is found by Atomic. Doesn't manage to get the shot off, though. Atomic again sending it towards that left wing where all three top Blokes players have decided to congregate for a little coffee morning. Goes high, Atomic catches in midfield, pinches off that right wall. Doesn't go too far though, but does get the 100 boost and then bumped away by Archie. Great shout from him.
What a touch that was to buy himself some boost. Unfortunate, but it didn't lead to anything more than a decent opportunity when he was bumped. A good catch from Atomic is almost read by Flame. It's Casio that it falls to. He goes high and asks the question of VK Salen. VK Salen, it seems, has the answer, at least for now. But now Archie comes in. I don't think he realized the bump was coming in when he would have put that on target. Dementor closes down. Flame with another demo on VK Salen. Top Blokes think this is the time to strike.
And they need to strike soon, otherwise overtime with the bracket reset theoretically happening. Casio up for one. Can he get the double? Yes, he can, but it's just off target.
How just would it be if it's a Casio wonder goal that separates these two teams? Not quite to be on that occasion, but he's still feeling it. Atomic tries to find Dementor, but it is Casio that nips in there just ahead of him to set up Archie. Great first touch from Archie. Flame's up there, but VK Salen trusted that his positioning was going to be good. Flame is still buzzing around trying to get demos. On the transition, it's VK Salen who's going to do it! Oh, he's missed it! He had to have scored that! Top Blokes now come forwards. How on earth was that not 1-0?
That was the opportunity, but the nerves getting the better of Salen. Scores no free play all the time, I'm sure. The final 40 seconds. Next goal, it's silver goal territory. The pinch off the ceiling. Atomic will get that back boost and not control as Cas now up. Tries to be out Dementor, isn't able to. Final 30 seconds. Flame with 100 boost. Will 50 it with Atomic in the back corner. Salen finds the backboard, nearly finds Atomic, who is going for something special. The Wonder Plays are on the menu.
I didn't even see a breach up there. Dementor tries to turn it around the corner, but it's Casio that comes forward. Atomic trying to nip it ahead of Archie. Flame goes for the bump, but Dementor stands tall and saves it. 10 seconds remaining.
Now the chance. Salen, chance for the shot. Goes for it. The miss from Flame will come in. Archie on the right wing. Sees Flame central. Will he find him? Off the backboard. No boost. As that ends up flying long pole. We are in the potential for a bracket reset or a tournament winning goal.
A perfect mirror of that NV NRG Game 7. 0-0 into the overtime. That's VK Salen got it, not quite. Casio was there. He takes one touch, then two touches, then dribbles away. Huge plays already coming in. The goal is brewing, but who's going to get it?
My heart is thumping. I can't even imagine how these players feel right now. Dementor, chance to go for 50 with Archie, does so. As Archie then has to try and find that ball central. Casio, long to Flame, intercepted by Atomic. Casio, though, now can go up, opts not to. It sees Atomic is in front of the ball for him. Archie, shot just wide. Dementor sends it long and floating. And that's Casio, the man of the tournament so far. The Frenchman wins Winter Regional #2 for Top Blokes.
All that work and one read from Casio is enough to sink the fight of Team Queso, but what a fight it was. An unbelievable performance from a team that nobody backed to get this far. But Stumpy, EU full regional number 1 for Top Blokes, 2nd. Regional event 2, 3rd and 4th. Regional event 3, 5th to 8th, so a little bit lower. Basically, they've come so close on so many occasions, and finally the Top Blokes have won one.
Hats off to Top Blokes. The work they have been putting in behind the scenes is incredible. That is a win, not only for Top Blokes as just a team, without